Well, here comes Tony Schumacher and Doug Kalitta. Remember that Schumacher swept the swing last year, fourth driver in history to do so, led on to 7 in a row. But consider this, Mike Green is the crew chief on that car, and he won the swing with Corey McLenithan back in '97. So definitely a team that knows how to get it done.
And after winning the first race to start this season, Doug Kalitta and his crew chief Jim Oberhofer thought maybe they had a pretty good little combination. But throughout the early part of the first half, Jimmo constantly complained that he got lost with his race car. And Mike, I know you talked to Jimmo, I did too. They said they've made a lot of changes to this car. Chief among them, going from a 6-disc clutch back to a 5-disc. It seems to be responding a little bit better for this team this weekend.
How big a difference is that, Tim, going from a 6-disc to a 5-disc, and what does it do?
Oh, that's a huge difference. You know, you got plate load with a 6-disc that you don't have with a 5. When we went from a 4 to a 5, it was a huge change. And I know Conrad was big on 6-disc stuff for a long time, but that thing's really particular when you run the 6-disc.
Got a glimpse of both owners there.
Good race.
Hey, look at that.
That is good. And remember that pair going against one another?
Look at Connie smile.
I love to see him smile, huh?
Yeah, there's a little save it for the championship a couple of years ago. Dave Reeve.
Now Connie walking off the racetrack with a big smile. Your annual trek in shorts, but
probably.
How about that run? What did that do for this team in terms of confidence?
A lot of excitement.
I'll tell you, that was such a great old drag race. I mean, both drivers had good reaction times, 054 to 059. 4 flats on the racetrack, side by side. But I'll tell you what, Doug Kalitta, that team, that's about as good as they've looked since that first win at Pomona.
Oh, look at Connie. And what I was trying to point out was Schumacher, Kalitta. You remember that big battle for the championship finally won by Schumacher. Stat guy, what do you have?
Well, good news for Doug Kalitta taking out Tony Schumacher. It took him 11 attempts to do that. He was 0-10 the last time he beat him before this, almost 3 years ago, at Memphis, and that race was held during the summer.
That was a great run, and it set the stage for the semifinals. Here's the way it's going to look. Antron Brown and the rookie, Spencer Massey. And Spencer will have the lane choice, but Antron is hot this weekend.
Good race, bud.
And the other matchup's going to be Corey McLenithan up against Doug Kalitta. And by just a couple thousandths of a second, Corey's going to have the lane choice.
Meanwhile, at the top end, Doug Kalitta. A year ago, when we started 1,000-foot racing, this was the man who won the very first elimination round at 1,000 feet. And now a great race against Tony Schumacher. But tell me, going from 6-disc clutch to a 5-disc, what difference has that made?
It's made a ton, and I'm real happy the guys decided to switch. But just real, got by Tony, and just happy to get past the second round, and we'll just keep trying. We're Connie's back in this thing, and Technicoat, Redline, and Rocky. So we're just happy to be going around so far.
And seeing Connie in shorts this weekend, that's always a treat, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.